Hi everyone, and welcome back. What I want to talk today about is blockages. And I'm going to use a little example before I get into it that's going to be quite relevant to what we're going to be talking about and sharing with you. Have you ever, at the kitchen sink, you've just finished washing the dishes, and you pull the plug out and the water starts to flow away, but eventually it seems to get blocked, and generally that's because there's leftover food bits and pieces in there, and that's slowing the flow of water away. And we call that our drab, our dreck. And that's basically also, if you look at your own body and knowing the statement that our words, our thoughts, our feelings, our actions are creating our reality, and using this same symbolism, basically we're doing that also with our own bodies. And when we're making statements that are sort of emphasizing that, for instance, let's use a few terms here. I want, or for instance, let's say I can't, or I don't want. The thing is here, what's basically happening is because we're not consciously aware or consciously monitoring our thoughts all of the time, we will come out now and again with statements like, I don't want, or I won't, or I can't. And basically what's happening there is that our higher self is listening to, the way we're interacting with our world, the way we're putting our words out, the way we're creating and manifesting our journey. And when we're putting these kind of statements out, what they actually do is they keep putting those examples in our lives that are there to teach us and there to, if you will, make us look at how we're putting our words, our energies, our thoughts out into the world, out into the universe. And it'll keep on doing that. It'll keep on putting examples in front of our lives that's kind of going to make it difficult for us. And that happens and continues to happen until you start to see through how you've been putting your statements out to the universe and how you've basically been creating blockages for yourself. You've been sabotaging yourself. So from now on, when you're putting something out to the universe, then instead of saying I can't, for instance, then you say, universe, place something on my path that'll help me to be able to do whatever it is that you're saying you can't. And the universe does. So you see, you're changing that statement into a way to opening yourself to make possibilities, or to make it possible that the blockage could be released, could be done with. And this is the way we do this. For instance, when we're saying, well, let's say we have a little bit of the sniffles, and then you could be saying, I think I'm coming down with a cold here, or I think I might be getting the flu, or statements like that. Well, basically what you're saying is, yeah, okay, bring it on, give it to me. Because you're opening yourself up to that potential. And here we are, that's another blockage. Because you're not feeling up to par, feeling well, you're not vibrating at your highest possible range or frequency, and you've created a blockage. Now, this is the way our body does this, It listens. I mean, we're the captain of this ship, this vessel, and our body does listen. So, what we're trying to do is here just simply show you the way we actually create blockages in our lives. And the more consciously aware we are that we're doing it, the more we can take control, if you will, of the events that come to us. Because the beautiful thing is as well, because once you know your higher self, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, once they realize that you've seen through this and you understand it now, well, it might throw a couple of little tests your way, just to check to see if you did actually learn it. And sometimes it could be a month or 2 or 3 later. And if you remembered well, then you'll remember not to put statements out, I can't, I won't, I don't. That sort of statements, you'll not do it anymore if you've learned the lesson well. But if you fall back, if you will, into the old patterns, then it's quite possible that you're going to create another few lessons on your path. And this is your higher self's way of helping you become the master, helping you see how you're creating your illusion or your reality. It's helping you to understand how, if you will, you're blocking yourself or sabotaging yourself. Now, having said that and made those statements, it's important now to simply be aware. Aware of what it is you're putting out into the universe. I can, I will, I am. And there's a really powerful statement. I am. Everything that goes after I am, those are two really powerful words in this universe of actually creating and manifesting. Now, if you can put in a positive statement after the I ams, guess what's going to happen? Or I have. Guess what's going to happen? The universe listens, it obeys the laws of the universe, and you are and have. And yeah, sure, this might sound a little bit similar towards The Secrets, as you know, the book The Secrets. I'm sure you've heard of that. Well, in a way it is. But The Secrets sort of omitted certain information, or they didn't quite get to that point yet. Now there are more books out now and available that do take it to deeper levels. Because at some point, maybe, you know, when you're putting out that you desire certain results, it's quite possible that the opposite results are going to come to you first. Because maybe there are things that you need to learn before you can actually receive that which you put out to the universe that you desired. So just be aware and don't fall into the trap, if you will, of, well, that's not working. Because it is. It really is. You know, if you're having a couple of experiences first off or beforehand that maybe look like blockages, be willing to look a little bit deeper. Be willing to observe and see exactly what's happening and see if the potentials are there of actually learning something so that you can actually receive that which you put out. Remember, folks, this is our ego that's creating these blockages. It doesn't really want us to be at that very high vibrational state of remembering who and what we are, our God self. Just be aware of how you're putting your statements, your desires, your wishes, or exactly the opposite out to the universe. Be consciously aware of how you are working with the universe. And when you do, you won't have any blockages anymore on your path.